Welcome to one of the most anticipated days on the cycling calendar. It's an event which has gone on to become the symbol of a region and of a people who love cycling more than anybody. The Ronde van Vlaanderen, the Tour of Flanders to you and I, a real festival of the bicycle. MTN-Qhubeka have come here to try and do their bit.
Since I was a kid, it was always one of the races, this and Paris-Roubaix, always the two races I always wanted to do and always dreamt of doing as a kid. And just to be fulfilling that dream, you know, as a kid, and yeah, riding the Tour of Flanders, it's going to be pretty special.
For the second time in the team's history, MTN-Qhubeka, powered by Samsung, lined up for the start of the Tour of Flanders. Two of their riders were getting their first experience of the race.
It's my dream, I do this race, so today I have the chance for start this race, and I hope also if I was in my day and I can do good job, and for the team also.
As the two prepared for one of their biggest races to date, MTN's game plan was forced to adapt when Edvald Boasson Hagen crashed out in Ghent-Wevelgem. Team exposure became the objective for the day. All 199 riders were able to roll out of Bruges as they made their way to the finish line of Oudenaarde. After only 20 kilometres of racing, an early breakaway of 5, which included Matt Bremier, formed, with Lotto and Cofidis bridging the gap shortly after. The day's objective was working well. As the cameras focused on the breakaway, their lead grew towards the 7-minute mark. The rest of the team was eager to keep updated on Matt's performance.
Where are they? On the...
I think 20 kilometers here, but Matt is in the breakaway.
Oh, good.
Seven riders.
Brahma.
Yes.
Good stuff. Awesome. You'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
I read somewhere last week about the TV viewing figures, and it was something crazy, you know, more than 50% of the population are going to tune in at some point to watch the race. So I think it's already Belgium's national sport, and tomorrow, you know, is the biggest race of the year, bigger than anything. So yeah, it's they'll go nuts for the race tomorrow.
As the race unfolded, the two riders from two different continents couldn't have been having more opposite experiences.
We've had a slowing down. Is somebody down? That's the question. Oh dear, we've a rider on the ground from MTN-Qhubeka, and that's not looking good. That is not looking too good. It's the rider from Algeria. It's Youssef Reguigui. Youssef Reguigui is down, and unfortunately for him, he's really struggling.
I heard he had a bit of a bad crash on the Paris-Roubaix, but he's been to the hospital for x-rays, and I think he's okay. He's got nothing broken, so that's a relief for us.
And these two, Matt Bremier, just riding on.
I think Brammer's just got his speed. He feels reasonably comfortable at this particular pace, and yeah, the bike is flowing nicely underneath him.
I think he wants to crack open that big case of beer. All 74 kilos of it.
You reckon he's in a bit of a rush back then?
Into the final 100 kilometres, and as the peloton chased the morning breakaway, Bramier's role and energy were quickly becoming exhausted. With 150 kilometres under their belt, their lead was diminishing.
Bremier just looking down at his stem, having a look at what's next on the menu. Onto the Capare. No cobbles here, but Lars back, turning up the pace. He knows that the gap's going down here, and for the Lotto plan to work that we were talking about, he wants to keep this going for a little longer.
In the final 50 kilometres, the break was caught and neutralised, leaving the main contenders to fight it out. Ultimately, the battle would come down to Terpstra and Christoph.
It is going to be Terpstra who waits on the wheel. How long are they waiting? Here goes Terpstra. It's all out sprint now for the Tour of Flanders. Terpstra against Christoph. Christoph hits the front. Christoph on the front. Surely Terpstra can't do it. It's going to be Alexander Christoph.
Yeah, it was my goal from the team. They asked me to try and go on the breakaway and just put everything into that. So I just gave everything in the first few Ks, and it was pretty tough. I had to give everything I had to go away, and we did like I think more than 50 Ks in the first hour, so it was pretty tough. And but yeah, I got there and I was happy, and you know, I did my job for the team, and yeah, I think the team are happy as well.
These are the big stage, and it's a chance to get the Qhubeka brand name out there. And you know, our whole goal is to raise awareness and just get people interested and aware of what Qhubeka is trying to accomplish, and hopefully generate a lot more you know, funding for them. You know, our goal this season is to try and get 5,000 bikes out there, and coming to races like the Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix, and down the road the Tour de France is our opportunity to get that Qhubeka name on TV and in everybody's face.